Thorne, Thunderveil, Auralis. The workshop smelled of ozone and aged copper. Thorne Auralis, or Thunderveil as some called him, traced the intricate carvings on a resonator, a device that captured echoes of past sonic events. Sunlight streamed through the grimy skylight, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. He was comfortable here, surrounded by his collection, each artifact a whisper of a forgotten soundscape. This was his sanctuary, a place where genetic memory, the echoes of his ancestors' auditory experiences, didn't overwhelm, but instead informed his craft. He was refining a memory stone, attempting to isolate the resonance of a long-lost avian song, a species his family had apparently communed with generations ago. But the song eluded him, not the sound itself. He'd captured fragments, but its emotional core. His ancestors hadn't just heard the song, they'd felt it. Thorne craved that connection, that full sensory immersion. He wasn't content with merely collecting sounds, he wanted to relive them. Rumors spoke of the Silent City, a place shrouded in an anomalous sound-dampening field, where sonic echoes weren't lost, but preserved, condensed into a single, potent source. It was a legend, dismissed by most, but Thorne believed it held the key to unlocking his family's full auditory heritage. The Silent City wasn't a city at all, but a colossal, subterranean cavern radiating an unsettling stillness. The air tasted thick, metallic. Above, the entrance was a jagged tear in the earth, a stark contrast to the smooth, obsidian-like walls of the cavern. Strange, bioluminescent fungi pulsed with a faint, internal light, casting eerie shadows. He detected no natural sound, not the drip of water, not the rustle of air, only pressure. A heavy sonic pressure that felt like a weight on his chest. The cavern's guardians, beings sculpted from the very silence, materialized from the shadows, tall, gaunt figures with eyes that didn't reflect light, but absorbed it. Thorne quickly realized conventional sound-based defenses were useless. The Guardians weren't affected by sonic blasts or disruptions, they were the disruption. He adapted, focusing on subtle vibrations, using the pressure against itself. He began to speak in infrasound, frequencies below human hearing, manipulating the cavern's resonance to create localized distortions, disrupting the Guardian's movements. He learned to see with sound, using echoes to map the cavern's contours, becoming a phantom in their silent world. It wasn't about creating sound, but about manipulating its absence. At the heart of the cavern lay the resonance core, a crystalline structure humming with contained sonic energy. It pulsed with the echoes of 1,000 lost worlds, a symphony of forgotten voices. Thorne tapped into it, extracting a concentrated fragment of the avian song he sought. The feeling was overwhelming, a flood of ancestral memories, a visceral connection to his past. He had it. He had truly felt the song, reliving the experiences of his ancestors. He extracted the resonance and began his ascent, feeling triumphant. It was a false victory. The extraction fractured something within him. The sheer volume of sonic information overloaded his genetic memory. The echoes didn't just reside within him, they began to rewrite him. His own thoughts became fragmented, interwoven with the voices of his ancestors. He lost his sense of self, becoming a vessel for the past. The song, once a source of connection, became a cacophony, driving him to the brink of madness. He stumbled out of the cavern, a hollow shell haunted by a chorus of forgotten sounds, barely remembering his own name. He returned to his workshop, but it wasn't a sanctuary anymore. The familiar tools and artifacts felt alien, triggering a torrent of unwelcome memories. He tried to work, to focus, but the echoes consumed him. He could barely hold a thought, let alone refine a memory stone. He was adrift in a sea of sound, lost in the labyrinth of his own genetic heritage. The workshop, once a place of comfort, felt like a prison. Months passed. Thorne, or what remained of him, learned to live with the echoes. He didn't try to silence them, but to understand them. He abandoned the pursuit of isolated sounds, embracing the chaotic symphony of his heritage. He became less of a collector and more of a conduit, a living archive of forgotten soundscapes. He wasn't the man he once was, but perhaps he was something more. The price was his individuality, but in its place, he found a connection to the past that transcended memory, a legacy that resonated through time.